Hi, I'm Julie Benz, and you're watching Arts Talk Online.
Hi, I'm Bill Roberts, and you're watching Arts Talk Online. It is April 1st, and today we are at the Edmonton Collectible Toy and Comic Show. We have all sorts of people walking around here already, including Darth Vader. We've got stormtroopers. It's going to be a fun show. John Lancie is here, who played Q in Star Trek. Julie Benz is here, who's on the hit series Dexter. So we want to go inside, have a look around, and chat to some of these people, and have a look at some of the booths and some of the displays. Let's go inside. I'm with Robert Bailey, a well-known artist. Robert not only does, well, military aircraft, but you have been involved with George Lucas, and I'd like you to tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I have, Bill. I've been involved with Star Wars work directly with George Lucas, which has been mostly for his private collection.
Now, I've known you from way back, actually, for quite a few years.
Yes.
And how long have you been painting?
Oh, I've been painting full-time for about 2 decades, and artists never retire. So I hope to be doing this for another 2 decades.
So what's new and upcoming for Robert Bailey?
Well, Bill, I'm currently working on Star Wars again because I just signed a 3-year contract with Acme Archives, which is in Los Angeles, and they are a subsidiary of Lucasfilm. So I'll be doing Star Wars concepts. They specified they want the first 3 movies only. The characters in the first 3 movies, like Vader, C-3PO, R2-D2, they are the most popular, and the most popular with George too, apparently.
Excellent. So you've got lots on the go and lots coming up?
Yes, I do. And I hope to continue doing Star Wars for as long as I can. I love it.
That's great. Thank you so much. This is Robert Bailey. We're going to go check out another booth.
I'm standing here with Travis Shewchuk, who is a local visual effects, I guess would you call it that? Would it be visual effects or would it be special effects?
Special effects, yeah.
Special
we do
effects.
all the practical effects.
Can you tell us a little bit about this guy?
Yeah, this is the Meat Grinder Zombie. It's for promotion for the comic book 68, which Nat Jones actually illustrated. This was a custom sculpture based off that for promotion. We did a couple of them, and we're also doing merchandise bust for the company as well.
So how long have you been in the business of creating things like this?
I've been doing it for, I guess it'd be like 7 years now, and I started out doing for Stargate SG-1. I was doing their merchandise line. I did that pretty much right out of high school, so I've been at it ever since. And then I got into the film business after that through kind of just doing it. People took notice, and then it just kind of caught on from there.
If you had a mentor to get started in this kind of thing, who would that be?
One of the main ones was Howard Berger from KMB FX. Yeah, and I actually met him early on, and just before I started out this, I was on the sets of Ginger Snaps 2 and 3, which were shot in Edmonton. He was an idol of mine before that, and just to get to meet him was just by chance and everything, and I happened to be on set, and he took interest in my work, and I got to look at my portfolio at the time, and we kept in touch and everything. He was great, and still is great, and it was just one of those touchstone things that really made me say, I want to do this for a living for sure, even more than I already did.
What is the first plunge to do in order to make that your full-time job?
You know, I think it's just keep at it. Some people go to school for it, and I hear mixed reviews on that. Me personally, I was self-taught, and actually Howard told me this. He said, take the money that you would do for that and put it into your portfolio. Just play. Just, make as many creatures and creations as you can, and really learn it learn yourself, all your different techniques and everything that you're really going to do. And there's so much online now too that you can really tap into. I think just take the plunge and don't be scared. Just really go for it, because that's the best way to do it.
We're standing here with artist extraordinaire Nat Jones, who's gotten some notoriety for a new book called 68. Can you tell us a little bit about how this book got started?
Well, the original book, we did a one-shot in 2006. My partners and I, Mark Kidwell and Jay Photos, came together in 2006. We had this, Mark had written a script for this book, and it was handed to me through a small publisher. named Dead Dog, and I really fell in love with the script, and we decided, yeah, let's do the book. Put in very simple terms, the original Night of the Living Dead was released in 1968. It was a social and political commentary. It was also the film that started the entire flesh-eating zombie craze, and zombies as we know them today really came from that film. You look at, well, what was happening in 1968? We know what happened in the film Night of the Living Dead. But to go forward and say, well, really it was commenting on the political scene. It was commenting on things like the Vietnam War, which was the big one going on at the time. So we're taking the camera, turning it around, looking at Vietnam, looking at the war, and looking at how the zombie outbreak affects that and the whole world. We've got a new miniseries coming out with 68. It actually ships the 11th of this month. It'll be in stores in 68 Scars. It's going to be another 4-issue miniseries continuing the story. We've got a lot more 68 planned after that.
We've been talking with Nat Jones. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're standing here with the one and only John Lancie. What brought you out to Edmonton on this fine, cold day?
Well, I was asked to come up. That's first and foremost. I also have, even though Star Trek is kind of the tomato that will ever stick on the wall, there are new fans out there for My Little Pony, which I'm completely amazed at and fascinated by. And so I enjoy that. And I've never been to Edmonton.
This is your first visit here?
First visit.
How long have you been in the industry now, and what was your first paying gig?
Oh, my first paying gig was
it stage?
I don't even remember. It was stage. I don't remember. I mean, I started when I was 14, and I did Henry V. So, and since then, I've been acting.
That's amazing, going back that far with 14
Yeah,
working actors.
Almost
14?
Almost 15 years ago now.
15 years ago. You heard it right here. Stage or television or film. Which do you find the most rewarding?
Well, you know what? It's a very nuanced question. It sort of doesn't matter. I mean, it's the material and the people, and also I don't like things to last very long. I'm going off to do a new symphonic piece based on the Sneetches, and I had a great time doing that. If it's a good film, a good television show, or a good play, it's great fun.
Obviously, you get a lot of questions about Trek and the different things that you got to do with the character of Q. Did you have a lot of, what kind of input did you have for the character as it went on?
The best way to determine the input that I had is to watch it with the sound off. And that's mostly how you can determine what almost any actor is doing. The attitude, the winks and the nods, the sort of the attack, you can see more clearly with the sound off, and you'll see what my input was. I mean, scripts are two-dimensional. They have to be pulled off the page and become three-dimensional, and that's what I do.
We're standing here with Julie Benz, the very beautiful Julie Benz. What brings you to Edmonton here today?
I'm here for the Edmonton Toy Collectible and Comic Show. It's a great opportunity for me to come out and say thank you to the fans and hear everybody's, get the people's opinions and reactions to the different characters I've played, and I really enjoy it.
I know you from it's Darla from Buffy, and obviously from Dexter. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the other roles that you had that maybe not a lot of people might know about?
There's a movie I did, Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day, which there's a lot of fans here today for that film, and then also I was in the Saw movies. I did Saw 5, and I did the Punisher Warzone and Rambo, and it all kind of feeds into the same kind of genre-specific films and that appeals to the audience that's here. Actually, the very, very first role I ever did was I had 5 lines in a Dario Argento film, and for those like real die-hard horror film buffs, Dario Argento is this big Italian director who shot such great movies like Suspiria and like all these really dark horror films, and he shot one in America, and it was in Pittsburgh, and I was a teenager at the time, and I had 5 lines with Harvey Keitel. And that was kind of like my first introduction. That's going way back. But I would say like the first like breakout role obviously was like Buffy and Angel.
What is the biggest note you can give for anyone trying to break in either into stage, TV, whatever?
I think that you just really have to have 100% faith in yourself and really believe in yourself that, you know, and you have to really love doing it, because there's a lot of rejection in the business. If you have a thick skin and you really believe in yourself, then it doesn't hurt. The rejection doesn't hurt. It's just not an easy business to be a part of, because there's no such thing as job security in Hollywood. So I'm doing a new series for Sci-Fi Channel called Defiance, and it stars me and Grant Bowler and Jamie Murray. I kind of liken it to a bit of like a Star Wars set in the future, but it's more of a Western. It's more about kind of what would happen if the planet was destroyed by a major war, and then how we rebuild and live, you know, try to cohabitate with alien life, and how does that affect us.
This is Arts Talk Online. We've been talking with Julie Benz.
Well, Lee, we have had a blast here.
This has been fantastic, getting to talk to John Lancie as well as Julie Benz and getting a little insider edge on the acting profession and just the all-around sheer fandom of what's going on here in Edmonton today.
This is at the Shaw Conference Center. Again, you're watching Arts Talk Online, another one of our shorter segments that we'll be doing now over the next, few weeks and ongoing, actually. So I wanted to quickly mention, just before we wrap up here at the show,
what's going on in the rest of the city?
On April 4th and 5th at the Windspear, the Titanic. Make sure you get there. I believe tickets are available at Tix on the Square. You might even be able to get them at the door, or at 2 one-way tickets to Broadway.com is their website, so make sure you check that out. So that's this Wednesday night and Thursday night at the Windspear. Otherwise, again, great event. Thanks so much, Lee. Another great segment.
All right. This has been Arts Talk Online.
We'll see you again.